Attention, the following broadcast has been approved by Outcasted OC. Viewer discretion is advised. Incoming transmission in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's up guys, Mugen Ross here giving you this week's Smackdown review. And let's start straight in. We have the opening segment of where we get Jimmy and Roman kind of talking about situations and them heading towards here. But then it goes to the new bloodline of Solo Sikoa walking out and speaking about how, even though, you know, the old bloodline is what it is, I'm a stronger family, I'm a stronger bloodline, there's nothing Roman could do, there's nothing Jimmy can do, and oh look, Jimmy even tried to get Jay, and Jay don't want nothing to do about it. So Jay Uso's music hits and came through the crowd, says he cares about Solo, they're still brothers, they're like, you're still my little brother, and talks about what he's doing for the family. This segment had no fight or situation going, but they looked like they teased one because of Jacob Fatu and Solo having a stare down, and with basically Jay saying, why did you have to go get Tamatonga? Why did you have to get Tangaloa? Why did you have to get Fatu? You know, for a reason we stayed away from Fatu. So it's interesting they played into that. But part of me felt like this missed gaps in certain other things that also happen in these segments. Because Jey Uso walks away. And you kind of see him then end up landing where Roman and Jimmy were backstage. And Roman speaks about like, hey, I'm proud of you, everything you've done. And then gets hit with the no yeet situation. So that was interesting with what was going on there, and I'm excited to see where it goes further, but we'll have to wait and see specifically where Jay lines himself up in this storyline. We get an amazing triple tag team match with DIY, Street Profits and Pretty Deadly. As I always say, these guys never miss in the tag division. I always think there's some great stuff. Pretty Deadly had that nice comedic charm that they added in. I love the whole situation where Ciampa was staring him down. He's like, whoa, whoa, no, miscommunication, don't hit me. Like, tried to run away. I love the spot where Montez flies out and you just see Gargano roll in. I thought the finish was a very entertaining but weird way of doing things. We see DIY get the official pin, but also Montez pins Pretty Dead, like another member of Pretty Deadly. So both of them get a pin, but it was Montez pinning the non-legal man, which made this whole situation happen. So Street Profits are popping off like they've won, DIY know they've won, and then it's the whole awkward situation. You see the ref confirm it, and you just see the tension between them, and this makes it more interesting going forward. But once again, we have a very shocking and not really announced, but I really enjoyed seeing this. Piper Niven vs Lash Legend. This is continuing on from what happened with Metaphor and the situation they were having. I really liked getting to see Lash Legend being on her own, but obviously having Jakara Jackson ringside and Chelsea Green being ringside for the pair of them also added extra tension. And I was saying this about Lash Legend. I was saying you need to push her to the moon of being a single star and being a powerhouse. I think the powerhouseness between all of them was perfection. I wanted to see so much more of that, and I'm glad we have got to see that going forward. And having Bianca and Jade watching from the sideline made a lot more sense. The shock of them winning. Hopefully this goes down. Now we're going to get into the one that I am angry but happy about. A-Town Down Under vs Los Garza vs Motor City Machine Gun. My issue with this is you could have kept Motor City Machine Gun anonymous and have them debut as they were coming out. Instead, you post them on social media to begin with, literally just before the show airs. So I had that spoiled for me because obviously I was hanging out with friends playing Magic the Gathering at the time, and I just checked my social media and I see it. And I'm like, yeah, cool, I know Motor City Machine Guns were on the way because we had the video package to show they were. But it would have been more hype to just slap them into the match. Because they already teased, they were like, oh, we've got a surprise tag team coming. So you tell us it's a surprise, and then you ruin the surprise for us. So no wonder their debut was lackluster. And the theme song is nothing anyone remembers. We didn't have the original, like, Motor City, like TNA had. And I don't get how you don't go with something like that. I liked it. I thought it was cool. I liked the merch they've got as well. But yeah, perfect match. Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley made them know what they're about. I feel like Angel and Berto are getting slept on again. They still do amazing work and look especially impressive in this match. I really liked how they played into A-Town Down and Los Lotharios were working together. I like that they were trying to bully the newer guy. It was an interesting angle they went with. But Sabin and Shelley scoring the win is what was needed, and they're going against DIY next week. I think that's going to be interesting. Yeah, Motor City's Machine Guns music needs work, but we say that about pretty much every Death Rebel song and anyone that debuts. Like, it's cool, but it needs work. There was great selling throughout all of it, and I have to say, commentary hyped up Motor City Machine Guns, literally perfect for me. We have another match that I didn't really care for. Once again, we have a situation where Tiffany Stratton has said that she can't help Nia Jax as she has got the flu and can't make it. So Candice LeRae stepped up. I'm happy Candice LeRae got TV time, and it was cool to see them tag. Even Candice LeRae getting the win for this match. But once again, it's another situation of Bayley and Naomi versus Nia and someone else. It's getting tiring. It's getting boring. I want Nia to have one-on-one matches where she actually defends her title regardless of if a pay-per-view is coming up. I think it would just be nice to have Smackdown, have Nia go against some of the other card talent that isn't being used, and have a go. Have a go of it. Where has Blair Davenport been? Where has Tegan Knox been? Where has a lot of the other NXT girls or the ones that have been called up for SmackDown that aren't being used? This is an opportunity they should be doing, and they're not. And it's quite annoying now. But either way, still enjoyed it. Glad Candice was there. They used Candice. Candice got the win, so that is cool. And Candice kind of teases the fact of, oh, maybe I should get a title opportunity now because, you know, I got the win for us. So I want to see that. I really do. Bayley hit the ring post pretty hard in that match as well. I was a bit like, yikes. We had an interesting backstage segment of Andrade and Carmella Hayes going at it again, really getting heated. And the match is now next week with LA Knight being the special guest referee. I don't feel it needed a special guest referee. Didn't add anything of worthiness. I understand it's probably to lead to a triple threat at Crown Jewel, but I don't like it. I don't feel it was needed. And I feel LA Knight is more of that John Cena US title run style of open challenge and every week having a new person. Especially with the promo he did when he finally won the belt. He was like, look, I hit it, I quit it, line them up, I'm going to beat every single one of them. That's what I want more of, and we're not really getting that, which is really upsetting for me because I feel that is where LA Knight is at his strongest. But there we go with it. And then SmackDown ends with how it always usually has the past 3 weeks. More bloodline situation. Roman and Solo have a talk. Roman acknowledges him. Solo is like, well, it's not good enough. You have to call me for your tribal chief or else. And he goes, okay. Or what? Like, Roman gets that angry, screams at him, and Solo's like, yeah, you haven't changed, so I'm not going to change either. Brings out his group of the Bloodline, which is dragging a lifeless Jimmy across the floor, which looks mashed as anything. He has, like, cuts on his eyes, he's proper hurt, and then they beat down Roman. I think having Roman constantly lose like this, I get they're trying to make it look weak. He kind of looks helpless without his bloodline, and it's leading up to this bloodline versus bloodline. But it's also difficult to have this enjoyment. I'm really trying to continue with this bloodline and have this perspective of the storyline is going to go into this major next arc, but this feels like filler at the moment. I don't know if that's just me, but yeah. I kind of would have liked to see maybe a little bit of a shock twist of Jay Music's hit to distract them, but he doesn't come out, so he looks like he's still neutral, or a will he, won't he? Or even better, it would have been crazy to see Jey Uso come out and just hit Roman, but then also hit solo and dip. Like, I would have loved something like that, like a major twist to happen. But I understand why they didn't, and they're playing it safe for the next few weeks. Obviously, Crown Jewel coming up. I completely skipped over the Cody's promo, but I will say Cody really hyped up his match against Gunther. Said the whole reason he's doing it is because it doesn't matter who's next or who's the last champion of this belt. We're doing it for a big thing because we are the first of this championship. And also the whole reason I'm doing it is for my daughter. And it's all about how you play the game to win. You don't just play the game to take part. And I liked it. It was a very strong promo. But I kind of skipped over it because, once again, I feel like I'm going to go on this massive tangent about how I don't like it being a belt. I thought it would have been better as a trophy. I understand the belt is not going to be defended, all of this crap. Who's going to be the first champion, who's going to be the last champion. I get it, I understand. But for me, championship belts mean so much more in these scenarios, and having another belt be added to WWE and it not having like a defense system or just being this trophy prize of holding a belt, it doesn't feel great. It's, at least with like, I hate comparing the two brands, but at least with AEW, when they do the Owen Hart had like a whole tournament and it's a whole symbolic thing, and it's the person has can defend, whoever holds the Owen belt can defend it in the tournament to potentially hold it again next year. But that is what it is. That is how I feel. It's just, I don't like championship belts being these trophy holders when you can just build a trophy, like how the Dusty Cup is. But that is my opinion. Let me know what you guys thought of this SmackDown. I think the pacing of this SmackDown was a lot better and it was a lot more entertaining. I don't really think we needed 2 Bloodline segments, but I understand we're trying to tell the Bloodline's extended story. But I feel it's also hindering other stories from having their true capacity. But let me know, as I said, what you guys think. If you like my reviews and you like what I talk about, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. And if you do subscribe, please also hit the bell notification so you never miss when we upload. And we do podcast episodes every Thursday at 8 PM UK time. So if you guys want to see us talk more in depth, and the rest of the people that do the wonderful reviews on this channel, then feel free to hit the bell notification so you don't miss when we go live as well. But that has been me, and I will see you guys on the next review.